Sweating already. Hi guys, welcome to my second trimester update. I am currently 31 weeks pregnant. My second trimester ended at 28 weeks, technically 27. So we're a little bit past it, but I'm just now getting a chance to record this for you because stuff. If you are new here, my name is Markie. Welcome. If you are coming back, thank you for coming back to check on us. So since I think I filmed trimester 1 update at 14 weeks. Since then, so much has changed. I don't even know where to start, to be honest with you. It has been a whirlwind of a pregnancy. It has gone by, I feel like, in the blink of an eye. I can't believe how fast this is going by. I hear a lot of people say that their pregnancies are like super long. This one, I feel like, is just happening. So second trimester, I'm pretty sure there's different information out there everywhere. So, I mean, you know, whatever floats your scrote, how you want to count your weeks. 13 weeks, technically to, I think, 28 weeks or 27 weeks. So, I heard that second trimester was supposed to be this magical time where you get all of your energy back and everything is so wonderful and just, you know, bright and cheery, and that is just not something that has happened for me. I still have zero energy. I had zero energy throughout my second trimester. It did get a little better though. As I mentioned in my first trimester update for you guys, I do have HG. If you don't know what HG is, Google pregnancy HG. It'll give you the whole rundown. Pretty much what it is that I still throw up throughout my entire pregnancy, and I am still throwing up. So just to get that update out of the way, it went from about 6 to 7 times a day to now about once a day. Since I'm in my third trimester, it has slowed down quite a bit, which is so lovely. I don't even care at this point, as long as it's not 6 times a day and I'm actually keeping things down. So great. It's taken so much time, you know, throwing up and all of that stuff, so I have much more time on my hands to do other things. Some other really fun things I've been experiencing are ankle cramps. So I have to like constantly stretch my ankles out at nighttime or throughout the day, so that's pretty funny. Something I feel like no one mentions to you during pregnancy are yeast infections. I'm someone who has had one yeast infection probably my entire life. I'm not ashamed, I'm not embarrassed by this. These are like female bodies. I mean, men get yeast infections too. It's natural, it's not a big deal. And I can't believe that this is something that's never talked about during pregnancy. But during my second trimester, I got at least 4 or 5. I can't even remember now. They were so awful. When you're pregnant, you can only take the 7-day treatment for them. And that has been straight hell. So that has been my least favorite symptom, and honestly, I was flabbergasted by that. What had helped me is taking a stronger probiotic, and after I started the stronger probiotics, they pretty much ceased to exist. I was also going into my third trimester by that point, so I don't know if my hormones just kind of like figured itself out, but thank God that has stopped. I pretty much started showing around 22 weeks, where you could actually kind of tell I had a bump. I'm now super showing, which is really fun, at 31 weeks. So about 10 weeks later, you can actually really tell that I'm pregnant. Like, people will stop me in a store, which is kind of funny, but and ask me about my pregnancy. So that's always really funny. At 20 weeks, we got our anatomy scan, so we saw that sprinkle, or I could confirm that he was a boy. At 14 weeks, I did get my blood work back, and then we found out he was a boy then, so we knew. We've been, you know, known for a pretty long time now, which is really exciting, and we're just so pumped on that. But yeah, so at 20 weeks I got my anatomy scan. We got to see how he was growing, which was really nerve-wracking for me, throwing up so much and being a first-time mom all that nonsense, I was really scared that he wasn't growing or going to be like too small because he's not getting any nutrients. And lo and behold, he is a big boy. He's been big my entire pregnancy, but he was still very big at 20 weeks. No issues with growing. Very, like, everything was perfect. I couldn't have been more relieved. All of his, like, scans and everything like that looked so good. So thank God for that. By 20 weeks, I could no longer sleep on my stomach. I was telling you guys back in my 14-week video that I was still sleeping on my stomach. By 20 weeks, I couldn't really sleep on my stomach anymore. Even though I was still barely showing, it was getting like kind of tight and uncomfortable to sleep on my stomach. So I then finally gave in to getting a giant boppy pillow. Do you see this? This thing just lives on our bed. It is phenomenal. I will link it down below. It's just from Amazon. It is so comfortable, so great. I sleep with it every night. It is just really, really large. So we have a king size bed, and thank God, because I don't think Brandon would be able to fit into the bed without that. At 17 weeks is when I first felt him kick. It was right on my side. It was a very strange sensation. I couldn't really tell, and I was like, what was that? I did not think I'd be able to feel him right away because originally I was told that I have an anterior placenta, which pretty much just means that your placenta attaches to the front of your stomach rather than the side or the back, and it's typically harder to feel baby kicks. So when I went for my, I think it was my 11 or 12 week scan, that's what they told me. So they said don't expect to feel anything for quite a while. When I went back to my 20 scan, my placenta had moved, and so then it made sense why I was able to actually start, like, was feeling him a lot more, which is so cool. Now he's literally has a mind of his own. He kicks me constantly. He's kicking me right now. And it's really like having a roommate inside of your body. It is pretty funny. But yeah, so at 17 weeks, I felt his first little kick. It was really wild, and then they just kept getting stronger and stronger. Now he feels like he's ripping my ribs from my body. But we'll get into that when I go into our third trimester update. But yeah, so that was really exciting. Brandon was able to start feeling them around, I think around the 20-week mark. He could actually put his hand on my stomach and like full on feel it for himself, which was really cool. We are still in a pandemic. Obviously, this is still going on. So sadly, Brandon my husband has not been able to attend any appointments still. Even our anatomy scan, he was not allowed to come into, which is a really big deal when you're having a baby. That's like the scan that you wait for the entire time, and it's really special, and he was not able to attend, so that was really sad. We were super fortunate to be able to find out the sex of the baby together over a phone call when I had taken the blood test originally from the 11-week appointment that I had, 11 or 12 week, and then we found out about 14 weeks. So lucky for us that happened. Otherwise, I feel like this would have been pretty devastating. He has been to one scan though. We did have a private scan at 28 weeks, so that rounded off the end of our second trimester. We were able to see Sprinkle. It was a 3D scan, and he is so cute. I am just so excited for you guys to see him when he comes out. I'm not sure if I'm going to share the 3D scan because, I don't know, I kind of like to keep that to myself, but he's really cute. I am noticing that I am very much more out of breath. That started probably about 26 weeks. I don't know like what it is. I also am, around that time, I need to pee all the time. I do drink a ton of water, which you need to while you're pregnant. I mean, you need to anyway. Drink your water. But I've never experienced bathroom movements like this. I just need to constantly pee, and I am really excited for that symptom to go away once he is out. Oh, he's kicking me right now. He's telling me to shut up. We did just also have our baby shower, which is why I have this crazy makeup on. I mean, like, not today or anything, but this was my baby shower makeup. It was so hectic and crazy that I was not able to get any pictures of this makeup, so I wanted to recreate it and take some pictures of it today for everyone that was asking. So this will be up on Instagram with all the details. But I will discuss that more as well for the third trimester, because we had it at 30 weeks. We had it 1 week ago. So that was really fun and exciting. Other than that, the products that I've been using, other than my giant poppy pillow that I just showed you, are literally all the same things that I've been using since my first trimester. So, like all the stretch mark creams and stuff like that, I still have been using the exact same ones. I haven't veered off. I haven't changed anything. They still have been working really well. My nausea has calmed down, so I haven't needed to be taking like Ensure and stuff like that, or drinking it. So that's been really exciting for me. And then my favorite app is still What to Expect. It's the pregnancy app that shows you what you are. Oh, I can't even show it to you because it says his name. Okay, so, and we have picked a name. We picked a name like before we even knew if he was a boy or girl. So I'm really excited to eventually, you know, reveal it to you guys. Yeah, so my favorite app is What to Expect. It shows you each week what he is. I'm looking at it right now. This week, so I'm 30 weeks, 6 days. I'll be 31 weeks exactly tomorrow, so I haven't skipped ahead. I like to keep it a surprise. So this week, he's been the size of a bunch of broccoli. He is a giant baby. He weighs over 3 pounds, which is really crazy. Since he is such a big boy, I'm sure a lot of you are very curious about how my weight gain has been going. If this is triggering to you, please skip ahead. You don't need to stay here and watch this. But so during my first trimester, well, I mean this whole time, I have been throwing up pretty severely during first trimester, and then it's kind of tapered off and gotten a lot better. But I lost about 10 pounds. I started off about 114, almost went to, yeah, about 10 pounds. So I think I went to 106, 105. Which is typically around the weight that I usually am. I was just a little bit more chunky trying to get pregnant because I thought it would make it easier if I wasn't as small. I don't know. But I lost all that weight anyway. I had since gained it back in the second trimester, so probably about 20 weeks. I think I was back up to maybe 22 weeks. I think I was back up to 114 since then, so it's been almost another 9-ish weeks later. I think I weigh about 122. So that's where my weight is going so far. So I got out of my little deficit, have now reached weight over what I was when I started out. So that's really cool. Really excited about that because that means we're progressing healthily. I am able to keep some, like, a good amount of stuff down, which is just like super exciting for me. And as for my cravings, a lot of them are still the same. I'm still craving salmon. I don't know what it is with this baby. He loves salmon. I could eat salmon any time of the day. That's not super typical for me. I love seafood and I love fish and everything like that, but that wasn't something that like I automatically like just reached for constantly. Now it is. I'm always thirsty, just constantly thirsty. I'm thirsty right now. I can drink something, I'm still thirsty. It's just always thirsty. I can now eat meats again without gagging or throwing up. So I can eat a piece of chicken without literally just like, which is really exciting. It makes it much easier to actually eat dinner and make dinner and things like that. Italian subs are also one of my favorite things and also one of my cravings. I know there's the whole thing, don't eat deli meat if you are pregnant. I had discussed it with my doctor. She said it was fine, did not care. As long as you're not eating things from a gas station, be responsible. You know what I mean? So if you're curious, ask your doctor. Do not go online and ask random people advice. I mean, I know I'm online telling you this right now, but I'm also telling you, discuss it with your doctor. Do not discuss it in pregnancy forums. People are crazy. They have no idea what they're talking about. And that pretty much goes with everything. And then honeydew melon. During my second trimester, honeydew melon was my end-all to end-alls. Like, I would just buy giant melons, cut them up, eat it for just days straight, and the cycle would repeat. I've kind of tapered off on that a little bit in the third trimester. I have different cravings, but still a honeydew melon baby. That has been it. And other than that, the other major checkup I had was at 28 weeks. I had my gestational diabetes test. Everyone freaks out and says it's so disgusting to drink and like they couldn't stand it, this whole thing. I drank it and honestly it didn't taste bad. It was just it tasted like a very sweet lemon lime Gatorade. Not bad. So don't freak out if you're taking your gestational diabetes test. It's really not bad. Again, don't listen to these crazy people on the internet and these pregnancy forums because they're all nutty buddies. Okay, bunch of nutty buddies. Yeah, totally fine. I passed, thank God. Me and Sprinkle did not have gestational diabetes, or at least yet. I guess something could still happen. But we have been eating pretty healthily throughout this entire time, especially compared to how bad I normally eat. He's usually not in here, so. But yeah, so other than that, I feel like that's pretty much all the updates I have for you guys right now. Third trimester gets really crazy. So stay tuned for that. I'm probably going to do that in about 4 weeks or so. We are expecting him to come early. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just a prediction most of us have, including my doctor. So we're expecting him probably to show up around 37 weeks, which would be pretty much Thanksgiving. So we should see, because he's a big boy. I'm very small. I don't know, we'll see. So I'm definitely going to have things pre-filmed out of the way before the very end of what would be my third trimester, because I don't think I'll be in it anymore. And like I said, that one is a doozy. Some crazy stuff has already happened since I've been in my third trimester, and wow, it has been wild. So probably what you all want to see is a little update on what my belly looks like. So let me get up and I'll show you. I think the last time we did this, you couldn't really see a thing. It wasn't really showing. But here we are. This is 31 weeks. He is very low, very silly. And yeah, still from the front, you can't entirely tell I'm pregnant, which is really funny. And then I think it's funny that you can like see the outline of my abs and my stomach. But yeah, so that is him. As cute as can be. He's kicking me right now. If you're also curious, these are not maternity clothes. These are Free People bike shorts. They come in, I think, a size small, medium maybe, and then like a medium large. They are so good. They stretch all the way up still, and this is just one of my vintage shirts that I typically have on. I think it's a vintage large, maybe, just a Sturgis shirt. I barely bought maternity stuff. I bought some maternity underwear just because I was scared that I was going to squish him, but I'm actually still wearing my normal size small underwears. I bought some mediums too, just in case, and then I've bought some like maternity pajamas just so they're more comfortable. But yeah. Oh, and I did buy one pair of maternity jeans. They're still too big. I tried to wear them. Still a little too big. The bump has not reached where they stretch up over yet. I could wear it honestly as a whole like one piece because it comes all the way up to my boobs, the belly part. So yeah, if you have any questions for me, please leave them down below. Like, share, subscribe, whole 9 yards. Thank you guys for being here and following along on this really exciting and silly and fun pregnancy journey that we've been having so far. And I just really appreciate it, and I appreciate all of your support. So Sprinkle and I love you guys, and we will check back in a little bit.